Good afternoon, and welcome to the summer forum of the MSU Web Development CAFÉ. CAFÉ, again, is community for advising, facilitating, and enabling, and I want to welcome you all here. We're going to move fairly quickly, and I'm going to speak very, very briefly here at the beginning because we have a full schedule today for those of you who have seen our agenda. I do want to welcome everyone and remind you that the CAFÉ holds monthly meetings. We generally do those on the third Friday of each month. This month, this is going to be the meeting for the month. We also convene forums like this that are longer sessions where we bring in a number of speakers, and we try to do this once a semester. We also have a listserv. If you're not on it, you should be. And we have a threaded discussion application at forums.msu.edu, where we post some information as well. In particular, we've gotten into the habit of posting presentations that are made at the monthly meetings. So it's a good source of finding information like that. I'd be loath to not mention the newest piece to our puzzle, and that is a YouTube channel that was set up yesterday. And I want to thank my colleague Brad Smith, who's here in the back row, and some folks he worked with, and as well as the folks who work here in this fine facility at pulling together all the materials and getting that up. You can find that at youtube.com/webdevcafe, one word. We've sent out word about this over the listserv as well, so you may find it there. Before we get going, I want to say thanks to all of the speakers who have put so much energy and thought into the presentations we're going to hear today. Also to their units, departments, and centers who have made them available for this, or at least who haven't complained too much about them coming. I'd like to thank Doug Schrems and the good folks from MSU Broadcasting Services for letting us use the studio classroom, which is a phenomenal resource for our campus. I want to thank Jean Marty, who's here, and she helped to arrange and work with the folks at Big B, who I also want to thank for providing coffee that we'll enjoy during our break a little bit later. I also want to thank Cindy Helms in the front row, who will be our timekeeper. For those of you who don't know Cindy, if you could raise your hand. When you're speaking, Cindy will be flashing times for you so we can keep on track. Cindy also made the arrangements for our water today during the break. Last but not least, a special thanks to Libraries, Computing, and Technology for making the cafes, all of them possible, including this one, and my personal thanks to Vice Provost Dave Gift. With that, I would like to introduce our colleague from Academic Technology Services, Deb Malcangi, who had an announcement that she wanted to make. After she makes that announcement, we'll go right into our presentations, beginning with Jerry Reed, Joni Epps, and David Shepard on the non-credit registration system. But with that, Deb, if you could come forward.
Thank you, Burt. As Burt said, my name is Debbie Malcangi. I'm from Academic Technology Services. I'm the team leader of the web team. I'm also the co-leader of the university web team, and jointly we work and present events calendar to Michigan State University. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about a little bit today. Back on August 5th, 2005, we had an opportunity to present events calendar that we have today to the webmasters, which used to be what this group is today. And it was released in September 2005. And as you can tell, that's quite a bit of time. And we saw the discussion in April on the listserv about the events calendar and the questions and concerns about the direction it was going. I replied to that listserv and told you all that we were listening. We heard you. And in the notes from forums, I noted that at a meeting, they were talking about forming a group. Well, at the web team, we talked about this as well, and we decided that we would like to create a working group. And I talked to Burt and said with him, I would like to hear your input on it. And we talked about it for a few minutes, and we agreed that this would be a good forum for people to understand what we were doing. And one of the things that we want to do is we want to look at products that are available. We would like to see what kinds of improvements can be made and what you all are interested in, and eventually make recommendations up to Dave Gift, the Vice Provost of Libraries, Computing, and Technology. Back in the room is Jeff Daniels, who's a member of the Academic Technologies Services web team, and he actually is going to lead this working group for us. I already have 2 members. I'm looking for a couple more, And at the break, if you have an interest in participating in this group, would you please either contact Jeff or myself? We're going to try to set a timeline. We'd like to have some meetings between now and September 1st, and then maybe by November 1st we will be able to make the recommendations up to the Vice Provost. So I thank you, and I hope you have an interest in joining us on this working group. Thanks, Burt.